Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Herman Green. More investors are flocking the stock market to get their piece of the pie in whichever company is offering shares. It helps that the Jamaican economy is exhibiting signs of stability with a trajectory to get better. But let's not forget that the business of investing always carries risks. To delve more into this issue, I'm joined by TVJ's business reporter, Andrew Laidley. Now, Andrew, you're saying more persons are investing in the stock market?
Yes, Herman, more investors and new investors with excess cash and looking for a way to use it. The problem is that many of those investors do not have the information they need to use the money in an effective way and make use of the stock market. Now, today I want to look at a recent stock that was listed on the main market of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. It's called QWI Investments. Now, let me give you a little background on the company. QWI Investments was incorporated as an investment company last year, December 13, by Jamaican Teas and KWI International. The primary business of the company is buying shares in other companies for profit. But there's been mixed reactions on how this new stock should be treated. Some brokerage firms have recommended the stock as a buy, while others recommend that investors sell the stock. Now, I'll delve into the details in a bit, but first, I spoke with Mr. Cameron Burnett earlier today. He's one of 3 directors on the investment committee of QWI. Here's what he had to say.
I think in any stock, it's not unusual to have, say 1 out of 10 brokerage firms who say sell. And it's fairly common that you would have 5 or 6 saying buy. If you have 5 or 6 saying sell, chances are it's, there's a problem.
Do you think the premise on which JMMB made their sell argument is sound?
Well, I think some of the issues are, there are some issues that have some validity and there are other issues that do not. So the argument about concentration risk, I don't think is a strong one, because concentration risk is inherent in our market. And by doing the IPO and raising more money, we're able to reduce concentration risk. We can diversify within Jamaica, and obviously we plan to invest outside Jamaica.
Well, here's one of the major issues. QWI has holdings in 10 companies, as you should be able to see listed here. But its top 3 holdings, Carib Cement, NWC Financial Group, and Wisynco Group, account for more than 50% of the entire portfolio. Now, it means that QWI shareholders are exposed to significant risk of holding a few companies. For example, if the company should start to sell any of those top 3 shares, shareholders would experience a dip in earnings. Now, in my interview, Mr. Burnett told me that the company plans to reinvest the money it raised in the IPO in other companies in the near term, thereby diversifying its portfolio and reducing the concentration risk to its shareholders. That remains to be seen, but for now, that's a concern. Now, another concern surrounds the investment structure of QWI. Who manages the daily operations of the company's assets? Here's the answer. These 3 persons do that: John Jackson, David Stevens, and Cameron Burnett. Now, normally a designated manager would be appointed to monitor the daily performances of the assets and make recommendations based on research. But a research team is also absent from the QWI structure. Now, these 3 persons undoubtedly have a wealth of knowledge in investments. However, there can be no excuse for not having the proper governance structure in place. Because remember, past return is no indicator of what will be earned in the future. So there must be some sort of statistical or sound basis for every decision which is made. Now, of course, we'll continue to track developments on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, and of course, I'll be here to share the developments with you as they arise.
All right, thank you, Andrew. And with that, we go to the stock market. The JSE index lost 2,728 points today. The junior market index declined by 4 points. Among the winners, Paramount Trading, Siboney Group, Signals Credit Investment USD Shares, Derrimon Trading, and Barita Investments. On the losing side, Express Catering, Radio Jamaica, QWI Investments, Honeybun, and Jamaica Producers Group. In currency trading today ended with the US dollar selling for $134.89. The Canadian closed at $101.58. The pound is now going for $167.34, while the euro now sells for $147.92. And that wraps up the business day. I'm Herman Green. Good evening.